Hello folks, it's Gary GSF out on the Africa Twin. Just heading to the butcher shop and outside Portadown. It's a wholesale place. Turns out good stuff. But I was in England last week, in Liverpool and Manchester. Now, wouldn't be my first choice of where to go, but the thing was that we had flights booked to go to London, which was then to connect with the ones to Venice. So because our cruise was cancelled, we changed the flights to go across to Liverpool. So we took them across, and as you would know, the Liverpool at the moment is, and Manchester is one of the worst affected by COVID. So it was interesting, but I will run through all the little idiosyncrasies of what was happening. Well, as I was saying, there was getting on the flight was no problem. It's just you stood, the queue was a bit longer. There's a bit of gaps in between it. We got on the plane. You just sat there with your mask. And well, for a flight that was only 45 minutes, it really wasn't a hardship. So flight was no bother. We took a bus from Liverpool Airport into the centre of Liverpool. We were staying right bang in the centre of the city, and the bus, you had to wear a mask on the bus, just exactly the same as Northern Ireland here. Not a problem. Then, when you were there, you had to sign into your hotel, give contact tracing, whether you signed a form with your name and contact number. Or what we did do is actually downloaded the COVID app, the NHS COVID app for England. Now it's a different one for Northern Ireland, but download the one for England. And everywhere you went into, bars, restaurants, cafes, you scanned a little QR code. Well, it's actually a lot bigger than your normal QR code, but you scanned the QR code as you went in, and it did the contact tracing for you. In bars, restaurants and cafes, it was always all table service. Now that's really no hardship. So everyone served you. A lot of places had ordering apps that you ordered things with an app on your phone. It was all brought to you. The tables were set far enough apart, and really wasn't a hardship. Tips for going to Liverpool: if you're flying to Liverpool, as you come off the flight, you don't need to organise taxis and things. There's buses galore that goes into the centre of the town, and it's about, well, it's a fair bit away, but a normal bus takes about an hour, but every 30 minutes runs the 500 service, which is limited stops, so maybe 2 or 3 stops. So it was very handy, and from the airport it was only £2.80, so really good. Also going to Manchester, I priced the train, and it was £30 each way per person, which was extortionate. So before we went, I booked online with National Express, the train company, or the bus company, and the 2 returns, with the booking fee and all, the two return tickets was £9. So it's always worth investigating that. Liverpool to Manchester, an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes. It takes you right into the centre of the city, and I had a hotel booked. Now, one of the problems with the hotels now have shut their restaurants for breakfast in England. In Ireland now, they're still working, and the table service, which is great. But in England, they stopped doing that. So what they were doing was the hotel in Liverpool They brought a continental type breakfast to your room, handed you a tray, and that was your breakfast. That was the Sir Thomas Hotel that we stayed in. We only got the continental breakfast anyway in with that, so it was absolutely perfect. But we stayed in Jury's in Manchester, and they dropped you in outside your door a bag with a yogurt with crunchy stuff on top of it, the pan au chocolat, thing of fruit, and an orange juice. Really disappointing when you organise a breakfast. And being a hotel in the centre of town, there was many options for a cooked breakfast. So I did complain about it, but thankfully Jury's took the inquiry on board and refunded you the value of the breakfast. You know, but you know, they did make an effort, but I would like to have been told beforehand. But I say good on them. They did rectify it, and I can't complain. And I will use Jury's again. I will also recommend them. The room was absolutely lovely. A really nice room in the centre of the city. So no, that was the thing. So if you're going to, during this COVID thing, if you're going to one of the cities, best go in room only. Say if I'm doing it again, it's room only, and make sure the hotel's near the centre of the city, and you'll have all your cafes and restaurants and that beside you. So we tip during the COVID things. In Ireland, now we come back. I went tonight to Trim in County Meath in the Castle Arch Hotel. Lovely wee homely hotel, and it had the full breakfast, and it's served to your table, and you had to ask for every bit of thing that you wanted, but it was all there and it was all plentiful. And the cooked breakfast, the full Irish breakfast that they gave you, is probably one of the best in Ireland if you're ever there. It's such a great breakfast, all tasty, good quality stuff. But that's my travels recently. So if you're going to go to England, might be worth just going room only. I would say that's the best option, going room only. It's not worth taking a breakfast option, because you know it's not going to be ideal. It's not going to be your full sit down breakfast. The travel, there isn't. You can't socially distance on an aircraft, so if you're worried about the COVID thing, just it might be concerning for you in the aircraft. But what can you do? If you're going, take your chance, and you could enjoy it all right. But that's my travels. I had a good time. I found Liverpool a great fun city, and it would be even better if there wasn't the restrictions there is at the moment. On getting back on the aircraft, I got a ping from the tracking app that I had been in proximity with someone who had tested positive for COVID. So, I was getting on the aircraft, so I had to get home. So as soon as I got home, I went into self-isolation. But being a key worker, I was able to get a priority test on the COVID testing, and thankfully it came back negative. But to say that the COVID testing is there, and I was a key worker, I was able to get it, so I didn't have to isolate for the whole 14 days. I hope. But well, that's it. That's my travels and my escapades. So if you're going to England, you should enjoy it okay. But everything was when it was a 10 o'clock curfew, you were out by 10 o'clock. Most pubs had you out before 10. So it's, well, they have to look after their license, and you know they're getting hit with big fines too. So it is you have to respect them. You know, they still have a business to keep running. But still it was enjoyable. Wasn't the same as what it would normally be, but still enjoyable. And I say I wouldn't shy away from going again. So for now, that's everything. Gary GSF, wishing everyone to stay well, and thanks for watching if you got to this stage, and I'll chat again soon. Bye for now.